We've made it to the fourth Sunday in the Lenten season, and we have a lot going on this Sunday. So the fourth Sunday in Lent is called Leitare Sunday, or Refreshment Sunday, or Mothering Sunday. These words all come back to the Middle Ages. And Leitare comes from the first words of the Latin introit, the Gregorian chant that would start the service. Leitare Jerusalem, rejoice Jerusalem. So in the midst of what can be a fairly somber or even kind of a dark time when we are maybe encouraged to do some fasting and some introspection, the fourth Sunday in the Lenten season is a time when we can really rejoice. And that's the idea of this Refreshment Sunday. And a lot of times, folks that have been giving things up might pare back on that a little bit, have some refreshment here in the middle of the season before we get into Holy Week and all of the associations that we have as we follow Christ to the cross. So it's sort of a lighter week in the Lenten season when we can relax a little bit. And the idea of Mothering Sunday is being comforted by our mothers, but there's also some connection. There's a medieval tradition when you would travel back to the church where you were baptized, your own mother church. So a lot of really beautiful traditions around the fourth Sunday in Lent. We will be doing a lot of things in addition here at St. John's. We'll have our treble choir singing, and they'll be providing the music for the Offertory Anthem on their own, as well as singing with the adults on the hymns and the communion music. It's also the Marathon Sunday, and Marathon Sunday here in Knoxville is a really, really big deal. Being a downtown church, being at the crossroads of some of the streets that are going to be used for the marathon path, we know that this really complicates things. One of the silver linings of the pandemic has been how great our production team has made our online worship. And lots of credit to Paul and Nathan and their team and all of the work that they do. So if you feel like you just can't get downtown or aren't sure what the road closings are going to be like, well, you know that you do have that opportunity to be able to tune in and watch us on YouTube. And if you do so, we really hope that you will use the chat feature and let us know that you're watching. Let us know that you are engaged with us past the piece. Give us some feedback. We'd love to see those names pop up on the chat box. It's also the Sunday in the middle of the Big Ears Festival, and so that adds another little bit of chaos into the mix. So again, we just ask that you be very patient with us. The 8 o'clock service will be in the chapel to accommodate as our facilities try to flip around to use on Saturday night for concerts and Sunday morning for liturgy. To take some of the pressure off of that, the 8 o'clock service will be in the chapel. The 10:30 service will be as normal as we can make it. Again, we just ask that you be a little patient with us. But it's really a beautiful Sunday. We have all these comforting words. We have the story of the prodigal son. We have a wonderful collect of the day that talks about being nourished with the bread of life. And we have some really beautiful, comforting music as well. At the sequence, we'll be singing very familiar words. There's a wideness in God's mercy. And our hymnal, the Hymnal 1982, has this paired with a melody by the American composer Calvin Hampton, who was working in an Episcopal church in New York City. And it really gets to the tenderness of this poem with one of the most beautiful melodies that we have in our hymnal. Very expressive and song-like, almost like a little bit of a rock ballad. So we really hope that you will enjoy singing those familiar words with such a beautiful, beautiful melody. As I mentioned, the treble choir will be singing the Offertory Anthem on their own. They'll be singing the words, again, very familiar words, "My song is love unknown, my Savior's love to me," by the contemporary British composer Malcolm Archer. And Very appropriate for Refreshment Sunday. We have some fun-loving American music, organ music at the beginning and the end. So really some delightful musical treats for your worship. We hope that you will join us and be refreshed with us here at St. John's this Sunday.